All right. It's it's another episode of the Zero Won't Shootout. Minderz, stop laughing.
I'm sorry.
All right. As you know, this is Mark Rebin coming from the Noodles position in Champaign, Illinois. I'm joined by my friend, partner, and enjoyer of my suffering, Minderz. Uh,
That'd be me.
that would be you. It was a weekend that most will remember that I would just as soon forget parts of. But we got a lot to talk about today, Minderz. But first, some sad news. I got word from Chan Smith over the weekend that his brother, not Chan Unsmith, has passed away. Uh, I was told it was a heart attack. It was sometime after Thursday because he was at Edgewood.
BA
Uh,
kind of laid him out.
yeah,
So, yeah.
BA might BA might want to kind of lay low. You may have to be brought in for questioning. So so a bit of fun to do to the legal counsel of many of the heels of Zero One USA, not Chan Unsmith. And
That's too bad because I really thought you needed a lawyer. So I was going to give you his information. But
I'm about to pursue some legal action, and not having a lawyer is not helpful. Maybe Stephen P. New will take my case.
no, I'll have a talk with Stephen P. New.
I do think he
Why,
should.
Mark? What's your problem?
Uh, so, as you can see over my left shoulder, this fine garment hanging from my backdrop here. They talk about, where The Rock had those shirts were like 5 grand that he would wear that like looked like Elvis shirts. This could have been that eventually. It'd really be worth something once everybody realizes what a snake in the grass CMC is. But that dirty little so and so and his mother and his old man all decided to vandalize this fine garment on the front and on the back. You can see there's a big mark right down the middle here with a Sharpie. Hang on, I got the picture of the damn thing here. Here's the back of it. The penmanship is awful. I don't know.
Well, if you weren't running away,
I, what would you do?
I
I'll tell
wouldn't
you,
have ran. I
uh,
would have appreciated an
there's
autograph from CMC.
there's there's no evidence that I ran,
Oh,
Minderz.
yes, there is. Oh, yes, there is. I have evidence.
You're
I
gonna show
have
the evidence,
evidence.
aren't you?
I
You're gonna
am.
show this,
I'm
aren't
going
you?
to show it right now. We're going to show it. Show it.
Oh, look it! And the race is on!
Look at him run like a coward. Ugh.
Oh, then you weren't at the beginning. Okay. Okay. I know. That was so
Would you run
good.
if a sociopath with a Sharpie was chasing you?
No, not if it was CMC.
He- He's not the nice little fellow that you think he is. He's got problems. His whole freaking family's got problems.
No, they don't. Hello, everybody in
Ugh.
the chat.
Yeah, hello everyone in the chat. Hopefully you all enjoyed wrestling this past week. Not only on Saturday but on Thursday also.
Hopefully
We
you
have
enjoyed Mark having
Thursday.
to run.
Ugh.
Hey, you know what? I will admit, I didn't help matters any.
You think? For those that don't know, that was her cackling like a lunatic
It
in that
was.
video.
It wasn't me cackling. No, I think my favorite part of that day was when you realized I had 4 Sharpie markers in my purse.
Yeah, that's not cool. I mean, what are you doing to me? I haven't slept for 3 days, Minderz. It's the trauma is really just racking me a little bit here. I'm having
Oh,
issues.
you're
There's a
fine.
lot of mental and physical anguish.
I still think the other funny part was when I was writing on your back with my finger and you thought it
Yeah,
was a Sharpie marker.
mental anguish, Minderz. Mental anguish.
I'm so
See,
mean. I
at
love
least
it.
at least AJ's asking how I'm feeling. I am not good, AJ. I am having issues. I'm a professional, so we're gonna do the show. It's gonna be a good show. But
It will be a good show.
ugh, that damn CMC is the bane of my existence, and everyone knows why. Ugh.
Well,
I'll
Mark,
tell
do
you.
we have our guest yet? Have they?
No, we'll have our guest here in about 10 minutes or so, probably.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Okay.
week 3 of the Forge of July here on the Shootout this week, and we will be joined by one of my favorite tag teams in Zero One USA, the O'Neill brothers, Devin and Steven. They actually they are my favorite tag team now, Minders, because last Thursday they beat CMC.
No, they
No, they
didn't.
didn't. Well, CMC loses to everybody. Hey, I'll tell you
No,
what. That Joker, he's lost every match he's been in for the last 3 months. You quit laughing, or I'm going to
I'm
mute you.
sorry.
I'm going to mute
That's
you if you're
fine.
going to keep giving me shit. It's been a long. I'm having a problem. I can't think straight. My brain is pudding because of that little son of a unnamed goat.
Wait. I will give you this though. You and Jordan
Don't forget this.
had.
Look at that.
I remember that quite well too.
He's been
No,
stalking me and tormenting me for months.
months. It's been like 2 weeks. Hush. So.
At least since March.
No, but you and Jordan were sharing a brain this past week, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mama.
Yeah, she rolled my shirt too. So they'll be getting a dry cleaning bill, Coopers. But no, you're right. Jordan and I kind of were on the same page a little bit, a similar page, not the same page. I was gonna give him my
Not the
shirt to be
same
honest
page.
with you, but look at it. See, I got the classic CMC sucks eggs, which I'm debating putting on ProWrestlingTees.com, and then of course Jordan has the Joey sucks eggs. You know, more of the strife between Joey and Jordan from the low lives. You know,
Would you please put up your wife's comment?
Ugh. It is, except I'm not filthy rich.
Exactly. But yeah.
But I'll tell you this though. He's gotten on my last nerve, Minderz. It was all fun
Oh
and
yeah.
games when it was just words, but the last 2 weeks they've assaulted me. They tried to tattoo me, make me run. I haven't run in 15 years, Minderz. Do you believe that?
Yeah.
So I've had it. It's uh yeah, she's right. We can't afford the security drones. This is true. We have cats. So that's the best I can do.
Right,
I don't need a
exactly,
violin.
Mama.
Here, I'll tell you what. I'll do you one better.
Oh look. Oh jeez.
I have stringed instruments on my wall. I don't have a violin though.
You
Because
want some
unlike
cheese with
your
that
son,
wine?
whose hobby is drawing on people, I have a legitimate hobby. But now
Oh,
this,
it was so fun though. Everybody was laughing so hard. I'm sorry it
not
was at your
everybody,
expense, but it was great.
not everybody was laughing.
Most of us were.
You know.
Your wife was.
Oh, I'll tell you the worst part. Well, not the worst part, but a bad part. I was going through my T-shirt drawer the other day. I think it was on Sunday, and I don't know when she did it. She pulled a fast one on me. She bought a CMC shirt and put it in my drawer without my knowledge. I was not
Which one is
pleased.
it?
It's
Which one is
the
it?
it's the one he was wearing in the video that I run this with the
Oh,
circle thing. So it's just
yep. I've got that one.
ugh. I don't know. That might need some
I think I
alterations
wore it
to it. But
yesterday, actually.
do you have every CMC shirt there is?
No, I don't have every CMC shirt there
Ugh.
is.
Ugh.
But I did
Yeah,
get a lot of new
everybody's having a
shirts this
good.
weekend.
I got a good haul of t-shirts myself. I got one of the Camaro shirts. I got the new Connolly shirt. Got that 01 Army shirt with the Kiss logo on it. So I had a good haul.
I got both Cobra shirts. I got the new both the new Cobra shirts. And then I got
Hmm.
the Get Your Shit. No, wait. I got the new
Jesse J shirt,
01.
did you?
Yeah, I got Jesse J, and I got the new 01 with the new logo.
Oh
with
yes,
the
yes, yes, yes. I've got that one. The
yeah.
fighting
We'll show it
athletes
later
logo.
when we're paying
Yeah,
bills.
yeah.
Yep,
Oh
the
yeah.
fighting
Oh yeah,
athletes
yeah, yeah.
logo.
Yeah, but you keep getting me off track, Minderz, because you know I'm in a mood. That I sent a message to the boss, but he hasn't responded. I think he is ignoring me because I want to deal with
Okay.
this situation. And I've had people ask me when I'm going to wrestle CMC. That I'm just going to put it stop. That's not going to happen. These I am not
Please
an
no.
athlete. These these fellows and fellettes that wrestle for 0-1 are fine athletes, and I would be doing everyone a disservice if I tried to do that. But I sent a message to David. He hasn't responded. He's ignoring me. I want to pick CMC's opponent at some point because I know people,
Okay.
and I don't care if I
You
have to
do?
pay their friggin'. I don't know if I've got to pay their booking fee myself. I've, I will do it. I will mortgage this apartment if I have to. My cats will not
Mortgage
go
the
to school
apartment.
if I have to do this.
You would send your cats to school.
Ugh.
I,
If,
I,
if it's
I like
if
Mama's
it's no
comment.
puke if it's no puke university, then yeah. Hey, your kid's the one's been losing the last 2 or 3 months.
I
I
have a
think.
feeling that's going to change shortly, and
Uh,
we can talk about that a little bit later.
we'll talk about his con job later, but one of these days I'm gonna make something happen here. If and I'll be respectful. If the brass in 0-1 says no, I won't do it. But this has to be addressed somehow. And if CMC is not going to get suspended for assaulting the press, then I don't know where to go from there. Yeah, the wife. I cannot sell noodles. I would not do that. I will not sell the cat's kidney. It's you're starting to get me frazzled here. I'm on a roll, and you guys are throwing in these marky comments and get me distracted here. Uh,
uh, hey,
you know
speaking
what?
of,
Hey, I'll tell you what. I was actually gonna do something nice for that kid before he started trying to tattoo me.
oh yeah,
You know we make stuff happen on this show, Minderz.
right?
How dare you? Uh, what hair? I'll just say it.
Oh, I love Mama.
So after War Games, you know, CMC was on the team that beat the Lowlives. You know, well Marvin beat the Lowlives. CMC was there, but
Okay,
I got I got to thinking, and it was when we didn't know Joey's next opponent. It was we were kind of in that little in between period.
right.
Oh, but and I was actually going to go on this show and say that I thought that CMC should get a title shot with Joey, not because I like him, because I don't, but because I thought he had earned it. And then he goes and pulls this shit on me. Is I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to say it. I'm unmaking it happen.
Well, you already put it
It
out in the
is.
universe, so
I'm
it can
taking it
still
back
happen.
from I'm taking it back from the universe. It is not going to happen. I will see to it. He can go back to the
Okay.
undercard on Thursday Night Throwdown where he keeps getting beat every week. Thank you, B.A. Malcolm.
That's not
Thank
nice.
you, Jacques Kennedy, for that one, by the way. Here's to you two.
Hmm?
You look confused.
I am confused.
Yeah, because they beat
Yeah, you're
Myron and
right. Never
CMC.
mind. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Aha.
You're right.
So they say people that pick on you means they like you. What about people that draw on you and try to
See,
make you look like Post Malone?
that means they like you.
It's a pranky little
We're gonna
so and
let you
so.
keep thinking that, so in that way we can do it
Ugh,
again.
ugh. All right. I need to take a deep breath because our looks like our guests have arrived here, Menders. So let's switch gears.
Yay!
I'll jump back on my soapbox eventually, but let's bring our guests in. Looks like they're calling in from the Forge, like most of our guests this month have
Everybody else?
Menders.
Yep.
We'll bring him in. Coming off of a victory this past Thursday in Edgewood. Devin and Steven, the O'Neill brothers, fellas, how you doing?
I'm doing good, doing
Fantastic. Been a good day, and it's only going to get better.
Very nice. So coming off a big win this past Thursday, congratulations.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. And yeah, it looks like we're talking to
All
you.
right, Mark.
Like I said, what?
Let me just
Go ahead.
ask my normal question. We'll just start
Go
this
ahead.
off normally. All right,
Good. Give me a
guys.
chance
We
to
want
get
to
my
know.
bearings a little bit more.
Yeah, you get your bearings. We want
All
to
right.
know who was your inspiration to start wrestling and who got you started in the business.
Okay. Devin, I'll let you go first.
Well, I grew up watching, like, my dad was a big Memphis wrestling fan. He loved Bob Armstrong, guys like that. You can see in our style, we have a very old school style in the ring. We like to beat people up,
Mm-hmm.
nothing too flashy. But I would say, like, Arn Anderson is a big inspiration to me. Watching him just
Yes.
grind people out, being able to beat them down, pick a body part, and stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
I've always loved that style. That's an inspiration. The guy who probably got me into professional wrestling just by watching them, as funny as it may sound, like guys like Warhorse and Mike Outlaw, those guys. When I first started to kind of follow the St. Louis independent scene, they were on their way up, and watching them develop, getting to know them a little bit, they really were an inspiration. They were a huge focal point as to why I wanted to get started, because they're guys here now that I want to work. I want to take on and show them that I can hang with them.
I agree with Devin. Like, our dad really got us into wrestling at a young age. We were watching it basically every single week, every single show, whether it was WWE, TNA. We were always watching and taking in the product. And really, just once we started dipping our toes into the St. Louis independent scene, it was like, this isn't just something I want to be a fan of. I got to get in the ring, and I actually got to give it a shot myself. So actually being able to train under some of the guys that we watched and inspired us to actually get in the ring is just a blessing.
Well, I'm with you. Double A is my favorite of all time, so I'm with you on that one. Uh, I've actually seen some. I'm a fan of Memphis wrestling from back in the '80s because I'm an old guy, but on YouTube they've been bringing Memphis wrestling back the last, I don't know, year or so,
Yeah,
and you guys popped up there not too long ago.
absolutely.
Showed how's the experience been for you being down there?
Memphis is wonderful. I love going down there because you know, it's that old school style. It fits us to a T. It seemed like a perfect fit when we went down there, and what we've done since going there is just completely run roughshod. It's exactly what we do. It's how we carry ourselves. We are statement makers. So, you know, we walk in there and we want to do and show people that we're not just going anywhere. We make an impact. We hold that impact. And, you know, we've gotten the chance to step in the ring with Derek King, who's been going for 30 years now, and he's a Memphis legend. As far as I'm concerned, we've gotten to rub shoulders with King Cobra down there, and you know, there's the up and coming crew of guys from Memphis as well. But it's really cool to go in there. They have a state of the art facility. It's marvelous, and the atmosphere there, it feels like a big deal every time you go down there and work.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That give you that kind of that studio wrestling feel from back in the day.
Yes,
Absolutely,
100%.
absolutely, and I personally love that. You know,
Yeah.
when watching like the old Mid Atlantic stuff with Jim Crockett Promotions and that type of atmosphere, um, it is different than when you would go to a average show that you would see. The Memphis experience is different with Memphis wrestling than if you were to go to Zero One or a Glory Pro or any of the shows that you would normally see, because they want to give you that studio feel. You know, you don't see the set, you don't cut the promos in the ring. You go to the outside. They meet you at the desk. That's where you cut your promos, just like
Right.
the old school. So
Right.
I really enjoy every second I'm there, and hopefully we're going to be there moving forward. We're hopefully soon going to be bringing home the tag team straps. You know, that's our goal. So Derek
We
King,
made that clear.
yep,
So
and Derek King and Ray Sanders better watch their backs because we're coming for them. We want those titles.
yes.
All right.
Hey, Mark, did you notice there's a little shade thrown in the chat right there? one of our other guys that have been on the show before.
Oh, look at that. So sometimes some of the other talent will jump in the chat here. Justin Poole is chiming in here. He says, I bet they cheated. He's been kind of stirring it up a little bit on Facebook when we shared the event tonight, and he said something about. He says you guys are ducking him. I don't know that that's true. I'm not gonna
I
assume
mean,
that.
this is the thing. Anytime, anywhere, we're always ready for a fight. I just don't think Justin's ready to get another beating at the hands of the O'Neal brothers. I think we've proved time and time again that we don't duck anybody. We're always ready to beat you down. And if he's up for the challenge, like I said, anytime, anywhere, we're ready for him.
We faced him twice. We've beaten him twice. I wouldn't say we've cheated to do it.
No.
We've just been smarter, wiser, and utilized our teamwork. We're brothers, so we've utilized that to pick up the wins. Justin wants another fight. There's always Thursday Night Throwdown. If he wants to come on down, if he wants to take another shot at the O'Neal brothers, bring it on.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Thursday Night Throwdown, here you guys are going to be there tomorrow night.
Absolutely.
Yes, we are.
Absolutely.
And we've actually heard who your opponent is. Do you know who your opponent is yet for tomorrow night?
I believe we have heard that it's going to be 5-Star and Cardi.
5-Star?
Yes. They're calling themselves the 5-Star Cardi Party.
5-Star Cardi Party.
I mean, I think their party's going to be cut short.
Absolutely.
Pretty sure. Probably by one choke slam,
It's going to be a 10-star beatdown.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, there you go. I'll say this: their hair game is going to be strong. Those two, because I mean, take it from me. I know hair, so it's but yeah, I gotta think you guys have an advantage. Number one, you've been a team longer, which is always a big thing with me because I'm a sponge for tag team wrestling. But and then it's like you said, your brothers, and the greatest teams are always the ones that have that family element to them, whether it's the Funks or the Briscoes or the Steiners, whoever. So I think that'll go a long way with you guys. So I'll be curious to see what happens for sure. But yeah.
Oh yeah, this contest it's going to be a challenge because everything is a challenge. No matter what comes our way, hair game's a 10, but what else is a 10 is one of them eating a choke slam down on the mat, 1, 2, 3,
And that's a spoiler.
Huh? All right.
Spoiler alert.
Well,
All right.
so this past Thursday, now that I've got my notes in front of me, Minderz, because I kind of flipped it at the top of the show, it was yourselves and Nixie beating Lobo, SLB, and got to double check who it was. Get my notes out here, but it was a 6-person tag,
Yep.
and I'll tell you what, we got Nixie coming on here next week, and we're going to chat her up a little bit, but I'll tell you what, she's kind of terrifying. Hippie Johnny was the other one, but she ain't afraid to mix it up with the fellas in there, from what it looks like.
I don't know. She's got a lot of courage. She's got a lot of gumption. She gets in there and she can hang with them.
Yeah.
She can hang with anybody. That's why do you think she's with the O'Neal brothers? We want her by our side because she's going to push us. We're going to push her, and it's going to make us even stronger.
Yes.
So did you guys start out about the same time breaking in, or is she a little bit newer?
She got a little bit of a start ahead of us, actually.
Oh, okay.
She's been kind of on and off
Yeah.
going for, 4 years now, maybe even more than that.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a matter of timing. The COVID-19 pandemic came around, kind of derailed her for a little bit. Yes. But once she came back, she's been busting her tail.
Here every single day.
Every single day. So it's, we became fast friends as far as, the business. We have the same mindset on everything, the same mindset on wrestling. We gel really well as individuals. So it just became clear that we're gonna, try and do something together as a unit to, continue and push forward.
We all want to make a statement.
Mark. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, like we all want to make a statement, and that's I think that should be everybody's goal once they get into the business.
Sure.
So now that we have three minds thinking alike, we're all going and we're doing what we want to do, and whether it's making our own opportunities or taking everything that we get given to us and running with it. So.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Remember that whole making a statement?
Why are you holding the spoon? What are you up to?
Well, we tend to make things happen, as
Yes,
we've said before. There's a tag team down at Thursday Night Throwdown that I wouldn't mind seeing the O'Neills get their hands on.
Does it involve ripping your signs every show?
Nope, has nothing to do with ripping my signs.
All right.
It has to do with somebody that always says it's my fault. I want to see the O'Neills take on Hot and Heavy.
Oh, Hot and Heavy, yeah. Joey and Theo. They've been a team for a couple weeks, but it's
But they're champions.
They are champions.
That is true.
Shouldn't they work well together?
Absolutely. You would think so, especially since Joey trained Theo too. So they got the chemistry going.
They've got the chemistry. They've done a lot, and Joey O'Reilly is the 0-1 USA heavyweight champion for a reason. And it's the same with Theo being the Thursday Night Throwdown champion. There's a reason that they're champions. There's a reason they're at that level, and we want to reach that level. We want to be on their level. We want to be seen as on their level. So if they want to have a showdown with the O'Neill brothers, just like Justin Poole, it's anytime, anywhere. We are always up.
I think you guys ought to push that one a little bit.
Yeah,
just call them out a little bit. Let's see what'll happen.
Yeah, I'm sure they're watching right now. I'm sure they know. So the O'Neill brothers, let this be the official challenge. Hot and Heavy, O'Neill brothers, whatever may come, we're not ducking you, and you better not be ducking us.
And one day, everybody will learn to never stand against Devin and Steven, the O'Neill brothers.
All right, that's all right. I'm a little scared. It's all good. Yeah, that'd be there's some good teams out in Edgewood. We've seen a lot of you down there. I'm waiting to see when you're going to make it to one of the big shows. Mattoon, Terre Haute coming up in a couple weeks. Clinton, I guess they're doing. I think the big audience needs to see you guys, and there's a lot more tag team competition up there with the Premier, Country Air, DC Black. ATM and Jabari King have been floating around a little bit up there. They were there last month. They weren't teaming up, but they were both at the show. Yeah, what do you think of the competition as far as the tag team division is 0-1?
You feel that one, Steven?
I'd say really like the competition is like top notch. A lot of the guys that we really haven't had the ability to work. A few months back, we got to work Country Air for the first time, and like they really brought it to us. They made us have to reach in and go deeper and go stronger and go harder than we normally ever have to do. And like we really want to take a step up in competition because it's one of those things where we want to push past what our limits are now and get better and become one of the better tag teams in the area. We call ourselves St. Louis' #1 tag team prospects. We need to wrestle the best teams to live up to that name. So it's just being able to step in. We really want to wrestle the Premier. And we would love, I know Devin would agree, to get another shot at Country Air.
Oh, yeah. They beat us the first time, and it's a testament. They were tag champions for a long time, the Premier champions now because they beat Country Air. There's a reason that they were able to beat Country Air, and it's because they are every bit as good as they say they are. The tag team competition is tough. It is cutthroat. Everybody is itching to get to that one spot. And, we've been in talks. We've been trying to get down, but we've just had commitments elsewhere, unfortunately, that have taken us away from 0-1 USA and getting the opportunity. But as soon as the opportunity arrives, if there's anything that we try to prove every single time we're out there, is that all we need is one chance. All we need is one opportunity, and that will give us the opportunity, and that opportunity will show that we deserve to be right up there with everybody else. We deserve to be in the conversation as the best tag team in the area. We haven't been doing it long, but we've been doing it well. So we are capable, and we just want to prove it every time.
Hey,
All
Mark,
right.
don't we have some of the matches for tomorrow night? You want to run down those matches with them? We'll get their thoughts on the different people down there, or we'll do our name association to kind of get their
Yeah,
feel
we can.
for the guys in the locker room.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we got a handful of notes here for tomorrow. Just a couple matches, but then a couple other names popping up. Let's see. So, well, there's the main picture there. Uh, the guy debuting tomorrow is Avery Hertz, who's a guy I'm not real familiar with, Minderz. I've heard the name, but I haven't seen him work. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
I'm not. I just went and did a little bit of research ahead of time, but um, I'm interested to see what he can do. I don't know. O'Neill's, have you guys seen this Avery Hertz or no?
I haven't gotten a chance to see him work, but I'm always interested to see when somebody else comes in, because ultimately, he may not be in a tag team, but he's vying to.
Oh,
Oh no! Oh no!
oh, there we go.
He's always vying to take somebody's spot. That's why he's coming down. That's why he wants to compete.
Sure.
You only get a chance to make a debut. You only get one chance to show up for the first time and show everybody what you can do. I'm looking forward to see it, because if we deem him a threat, if we see him as somebody who's trying to take our spot, then maybe Avery gets us hurt.
Yeah. Maybe
I
find
see
a
what you
spot.
did there.
You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
What else we got, Mark?
another. Well, they say Luminary and BA are going to be in a tag match tomorrow. They haven't announced an opponent yet, but they've been making a lot of waves the last few weeks with the all the like number one what they did to old Jimmy on Saturday, but we'll get into that later. Uh, so I don't know. They might be a team that you got to keep an eye out for because they've been pretty successful so far.
Absolutely. They are talented. They are extremely talented. And no nonsense. Once that bell rings, they are as vicious as they come.
There's a reason why Jock's been the champion for as long as they have been. So
A very good reason. And BA was the Thursday Night Throwdown champion. That's
Was keyword in that sentence was.
But every now and then you're going to lose. We've taken our fair share of lumps ourselves. But there's one thing that comes to mind with those two in particular, and that is we respect them. We respect what they bring to the table. They know exactly what they're doing, and if they seem to think that they're stronger together, more power to them. It is a coupling that is going to be a force to be reckoned with for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Next thing we've got. Oh, okay. This probably my guess is gonna be the main event, Menders. Uh, Mad Dog Conley taking on Devontae Knox. Uh, I don't know. I've over Devontae seems like he might be taking this a little lightly from what we've seen on Facebook today.
Facebook? Yeah.
I don't see how you could ever take Mad Dog Connolly lightly. I don't
No.
see how you can walk into a match with Mad Dog Connolly and not have the fear of God put into you.
We've only crossed his path for a brief moment, and he took us down pretty easy. So we're big guys. So
Yeah.
He's not anybody. He's not anybody to sniff at. As far as I don't want to get on his bad side.
No.
The man is if he's not insane, he's borderline insane, and he's right there. When you walk into the ring, the presence, you hear that chain before he exits that curtain. You know it's coming, and there is nothing you can do to stop it.
And he's probably especially mad tomorrow, considering what happened on Saturday, getting kind of getting the shaft in that title match with Joey. So he might have a bit of a chip on his shoulder, if you know what I mean.
And I wouldn't want to be Devontae Knox
No.
tomorrow
Now,
night.
Devontae's our buddy, but yeah, I wouldn't want to be him for all the money in the world tomorrow.
Well, Mark, we've kept our guests quite a while.
We
And
have,
we've
and we
got
really
lots of
appreciate
wrestling
it.
to talk about from Saturday, too. So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
we real
last
appreciate you
Thursday
guys coming
watching
out.
these guys, I would say last Thursday watching these guys beat up on Hippie Johnny and Lobo and SLB, I quite enjoyed it. It was a very
Yeah.
good match.
The only thing I could think of that would be more enjoyable is if maybe CMC kind of stuck his nose in their business, Minderz. Hey, there you go. He can team up with Justin Poole. There's your tag match. And then
Hey.
Haven't gotten the chance to work CMC yet. If he wants to take a beating, send him our way.
And everybody gets one choke slam, so I mean,
I think he's due.
it's
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah,
It's in there.
kind of solves all of our problems if that happens. So
No, not mine. I don't have a problem.
yeah, he's been a problem. He took advantage of me, and I don't appreciate it. So any chance I can see some kind of payback, it's good for me. So.
Well, thanks for
Alright.
joining us, guys. Anytime you
Yes.
want to come back on, let us know. We are
Yeah.
more than welcome to have you come back on. If you got something on your mind you want to get off your mind and let people know about, just let us know.
Absolutely.
Thanks
Will
for
do.
having
Thank
us.
you for having us, guys.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, that was fun. Like I
That
said, they'll
was
be
fun.
there
It was
tomorrow in
nice to talk
Edgewood.
to a tag team. It was nice to talk to a tag team.
We've had a few tag teams on. What about the Premier and Country Air?
Well, no, it's been a while since the premiere wasn't that long ago.
I don't
But
see anyone crying, Stephanie Cooper. I'm
he's
trying to do
always
some
crying
business.
stuff.
I'm trying to do some business here, you know.
All right, Mark, are we going to get into it? Because you know
Which
the
one are we getting
Saturday
into?
show is going to. Well, let's
It's going to take a
just
while.
kind of start. I know that's the reason we need to get into this. We'll start
All
with the
right.
pre-show. So start with the
Okay.
pre-show because last week, which kind of
Okay.
ties into Throwdown Thursday. So
Yeah, run down what Rob announced about the Thursday Night Throwdown talent, Minderz.
okay, so the
For
Thursday
those
Night
that weren't
Throwdown
there.
talent that weren't there, they will be having pre-shows for the big shows on Saturdays. So talent from there, once they win 3 in a row, then they get a chance to go on the main show. So they'll be doing
Yeah.
the pre-shows. And this week we had, or this month we had Chris O'Brien and LDLC.
Mm-hmm.
And our
LDLC got
good
the
old
win.
our good old buddy LDLC got the win. No, nothing
Yep.
against Chris, but
No.
DLC's got one, so he's got 2 more to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how we kicked off Saturday.
Muy bueno for LDLC.
Muy
So,
bueno.
yes. So that was the only pre-show match. Usually they have one or two. Like I said, both guys
Hey,
did a
I
heck of a
took
job.
notes on the first half of the show, so I hope your notes on the second half of the show were better than because
I've
I
got the results from the whole show. So
okay.
so we're
So
good.
we're not going to screw it up. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's what I'm saying. You're not going to screw it up.
Sweet.
Plus we got to talk a little bit about this past Thursday, Minderz. There's a couple of notables. We talked about Jacques and BA beating Myron and CMC. Devontae and Kenny Calix was a lot of fun to watch.
That one was a lot of fun. Although, I'm telling you what, Devontae and those kicks are kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, just
between
ask Johnny
him
about
and
those
ATM.
kicks.
Oh, no, Kenny caught a good one this week.
Yeah. Oh no, I saw. I
Whew.
think it was last week was when he lit up Hippie Johnny a little bit, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a fun match. Kenny's getting better every time he gets in the ring.
I
If
like Kenny.
Yeah.
Kenny's
If there
one of
was
my
a
favorites.
if there was a 0-1 USA Rookie of the Year, it would be Kenny Calix in my book, if you ask me.
At
But
this point, yes.
that's just me.
Yep.
So Hot and Heavy was out for a promo at one point, Minderz. You kind of got an earful from our esteemed heavyweight champion Joey O'Reilly.
I did.
He pointed fingers.
He
He called
blamed
you
me.
out individually.
He did.
Had it coming.
But I got
Did you
news
have your
for him.
Did you have your spoon
We'll
with you?
have. I did not have my spoon with me, but we'll talk about something when we talk about the show coming up next Saturday.
Fair
Here in a
enough.
little,
Fair
or
enough.
not next Saturday, but August 5th.
Okay.
But he
Fair
keeps
enough.
saying that each time there's a new person that we all say they're going to kill him or whatever. You know what? Not every person that he faces will I ever say that about. So,
No.
but I think once we get into Saturdays with Mad Dog, I got a bone to pick with Mr. Joey, so it's fine.
Okay. I didn't see him do anything wrong. There was
Well,
foul
of
play
course
for
you didn't.
sure, but we don't know that was Joey's idea. I mean, we'll get to it eventually.
Okay.
The other thing I wanted
Okay.
to bring up is ATM defended the PWE Interstate Championship against Cardi in the main event on Thursday. Very good match.
Didn't we kind of talk about that last week?
We kind of made that happen, didn't we?
We kind of wanted that to happen.
We are thing maker happeners. That doesn't sound right.
Sometimes.
Would you say we're influencers on
We're
01?
influencers. Yeah, we'll do that.
Like
We can
Jericho.
go with that. No. Don't you ever compare us to Jericho, please. Please don't.
Okay.
I'm
Which
not
would you
having a midlife crisis, thank you.
Which would you prefer to do, the Jericho cruise or the Creed Three Doors Down cruise that my brother just told me about today?
Creed. Well,
I'm sorry, I
I'm
couldn't.
torn. I'm torn because that would be music the entire time, where if you get on the Jericho one, there's wrestling too. So I
Plus,
might have to say Jericho.
I would do Jericho the cruise. I had to make sure I worded that properly because they have a lot of cool names on there. You get to meet and greet everybody. It seems like it's a fun time,
Yeah.
just, even if Jericho's
Could
there.
be fun.
I'll bet Jericho's a fun guy in mixed company when he's not being a charisma vampire.
Or
We'll call
dancing like a mom with 3 kids.
it. Oh, that video.
Sorry, that video
All
is
right.
hilarious.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on.
Oh,
We're getting way off
yep.
the rail here.
One other thing to mention: Derek Fullerton beat Chris O'Brien on Thursday, and then he and the late Not Chan Unsmith were both summarily beaten to a pulp by B.A. Malkin afterwards. Finally, getting his little bit of payback for losing that TNT championship on Not Chan, and then Fullerton must have been collateral damage because he wasn't there when he lost
Yeah.
the title, but. So BA seems like he's more focused now, which might be a bad thing for the roster.
He's more focused because of the luminary and the light.
That's true. I just hope we don't see BA wearing flowers.
Oh, I do. I
don't think it would work. I don't think that the luminary would try to force BA to adopt anything that's not kosher to BA's personality. But that's just me.
Hey, time will tell on this point.
Time will tell on that.
I got a lot to say about those two here a little bit later.
And we'll get to it. We'll get to it. All right.
We better.
So, yeah. All right. So the first match on the show Saturday.
I know who it was. It was the King.
It was a surprise. It was a very pleasant surprise. It was the Cobra opened the show against Kenny Alfonso, who I haven't seen in person before.
You've never seen Kenny in person before?
Not in person, no. But I don't think so.
Oh, he's been at 01 a couple times. That might have been before you started coming.
Might have been before I even started going last year.
Good.
He was very good, but unfortunately he ran into a buzzsaw named the King.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But you know what? The way that match went, it was so good.
Yes.
You just can't. You can't go against Cobra. You just can't.
No, you can't. It's kind of fitting we talk about Kenny Alfonso on the 4th of July, because he's another one of those Forge guys, if I'm not mistaken. I know he runs with Camaro. I think he's Camaro's regular tag partner, right? In Glory Pro.
That I don't know. You watch Glory Pro more than I do.
Yeah,
I know bits and pieces of Glory Pro, but.
Well, speaking of Glory Pro, speaking of Camaro, Camaro, here we see.
Do you have the
He took
video?
on
Do you have
he
the
took on
video?
Benjamin Trust. There's always been a myth that humans can't fly, Minderz. And we
Oh,
saw
yes, they
we
can.
saw we saw video evidence to the contrary. Do you want me to play this?
Yes.
All right. For those that weren't there on Saturday, get a load of this and just be in awe of the Quad Father and what he is capable of here.
Okay, right there.
He yeeted Benjamin Trust across that ring. That was
Into
so
the
good.
ropes, through the ropes, over the ropes, all in one fell swoop there. Good Lord, that man is strong.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
I'm
That
glad
was
he's my
that was
friend.
that was one of my mini highlights of Saturday
Oh,
night. That was one of my
that's
mini highlights
that
of
was my it
Saturday
was
night.
the biggest highlight for me on Saturday. Uh, but yeah, I'm glad he's our friend because yeah, he's a big strong bull and
Yeah.
man,
I'm just glad I'm never on the receiving end of that move.
no.
I don't want to. I mean, I've seen him like throw Anakin across the ring a couple times. I've seen him do that to a couple people. But it's like, man, watching Benjamin Trust just take
Because
that into the
Benjamin's
ropes.
not a small guy.
No, he's not. And that was, I was like,
Oh,
oh,
he
that was
fancies
fun.
himself a pilot, right? So he got to fly.
He did get to fly. He definitely flew.
But yeah, Camaro got the Duke over Trust on it with the lariat as expected. Uh,
Well, were you impressed with Benjamin? Because I was.
I
I was
was
very
I was
impressed
very
with
impressed with
Benjamin.
Benjamin. He's a hell of a talent. I'd like to see more of him
Yeah,
in Zero One. To be honest with you.
yeah.
All right.
I'd like to see it.
Yes. Let's see. Next on the list here,
If I
it's our
remember right.
big 6-man tag match was the next thing
Oh, okay.
on the card here. So it was scheduled to be. Oh, no, not that one. Where'd it go? Here we go. It was scheduled to be the premiere in Kenway against Victor, Anakin, and Kenny Calix. There was a change in schedule. Campbell Stoopmeyer's conspicuous by his absence, but
Yep.
they had a substitute though, and it was our guest last week, Minderz. Mr. All That Matters stepped up and
Yeah.
took his spot, and it made for a hell of a match with those 6 people in there.
It did. I got my hug from Kenny, so I was happy as he came through. So,
Yeah, and Harley was livid.
yeah. Yeah, Harley's not real happy with me right now, but she'll get over it. It'll be
Yeah,
okay.
she's scared of you.
I know. She's terrified. I don't know why, but okay. Apparently I'm scary. I don't know what's up with that, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Am I scary, Mark? Am I
It,
scary, Reb?
only when you're angry.
Okay. I'll give you that.
Yeah, because I've seen you
I'll give you
angry.
that. Oh yeah. You poor thing.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot to get me angry.
I keep hearing
So
noise behind me. Is somebody back there? Probably a cat.
CMC, are you at Reb's house?
I'm sorry. He does not have access to my home. He doesn't know where I live, and I plan on keeping it that way.
So you think I
Uh,
know where you live?
yeah, you don't have a key, and I have a
Right,
gatehouse.
exactly.
Our gateman will keep that fellow out of there. Ugh,
Your
all
wife
right.
does like CMC.
I don't know why she's so trusting and naive. You know,
Anyway, back to the 6-man
back.
tag.
All
We
right,
talk
back.
about CMC here in a minute.
Okay. Ugh.
Back to the 6-man tag. I don't know. I wonder. I know Soup wasn't there, but I wonder if SK will report back and there'll be some thoughts there about. I mean, because they gave him a run for the money.
Yeah.
So,
Do you think maybe
and
they impressed
technically,
SK?
well, maybe. But here's the only catch. Victor pinned ATM.
Right.
So it wasn't like Anakin or Kenny pinned SK.
Right. This
So
is
I
very
don't know
true.
how all that's going to work,
Yeah.
or maybe I just overthink things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe that gets Victor a shot at the PWE Interstate Championship.
There you go.
You
That
never
works
know.
for me. We'd have Victor 2 belts again. That'll be fine.
Yeah. Again, I didn't know he was Victor Two Belts before.
He was when he had the junior heavyweight before. He was Victor 2 belts. He had another promotions belt. So
Gotcha. Well, we
yep.
don't need to talk about other promotions. We're talking about 01 here.
No,
So
we're talking about 01 here.
yeah. All right. So yeah, I was a little troubled though. Kenway did not take the loss well after that match, Minderz.
Kenway
Uh,
doesn't take to losing well at all. That's
okay.
why
Now
he's with the Premier, because they don't lose
that's true.
normally.
Now I don't know if you caught this, but he was walking around ringside yelling, I quit" after the match was over. So was that just? Do you think he was just blowing smoke?
Yeah,
I mean,
he isn't going to leave. He might have just
he's
been saying that because it wasn't his normal crew.
he's
He was
he's
just done.
Kenway's no quitter. He's a military man. He's a
Nope.
man of honor. Well, I don't know. Some people might disagree with that, the honor part, but
No,
yeah,
I don't. So you're good.
we haven't. I don't think we've seen the last of Kenway.
No.
Yeah.
Nope, nope,
Hopefully, we'll
nope.
see the next of Soup at some point. I think he's starting to get missed.
I kind of
He's
miss
not.
Soup. I'm probably one of the few that do, but I kind of miss Soup. But yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room because he wrestled Jordan Perry. Uh,
He even had a high chair for Jordan Perry.
See, it's so disrespectful.
It was
So here you
great.
go, CMC and Jordan. And CMC, after brutally assaulting me, decided to tell this sob story about my hero hasn't been my hero lately. You know, and he didn't want the chairman. He didn't want the. He wanted Jordan Perry. And I like
He didn't
Jordan.
want low life.
He didn't
He
want the
didn't
low
want low
life.
life Jordan. Nope. And he didn't
And
want Periwinkle. And
and
he
I'll tell
said
you,
it, not me.
yeah. And look what happened. He got beat by a superior talent
But
because
what
Jordan
happened
Perry
after
is.
that?
But Jordan Perry is very good in the ring, and he showed it by just making a monkey out of CMC in that match.
I wouldn't go that far.
I would.
Because what happened after the match, Mark? Now that you're putting Jordan
Well,
over so much, what happened?
Jordan's my buddy. That
I know he's
and
my buddy
he's
too.
yeah. Future. We'll get to the schedule coming up, but he will be coming back fairly soon to the shootout.
Hmm.
Uh, we talked about his shirt, the Joey Sucks Egg shirt, which
Hmm.
tickled me. Wasn't quite as fancy as
Fantastic.
my CMC Sucks Egg shirt,
It
but
it
that's all
got
right.
it made both of us pop. It
It
really
did.
did.
It
I was like,
actually his reaction to seeing my shirt was what popped me.
it was great. They probably do,
Ugh,
but
she got jokes.
she does
So
have jokes, and they're great jokes.
so CMC put on the combination sappy sales pitch / con job and somehow
Oh,
convinced
jeez.
Jordan to be his tag team partner on August 5th in Terre Haute. Uh, and we'll get to their opponents later because that got
Hmm.
announced also.
Yep.
All I'm going to say to Jordan is head on a swivel, my friend, because you never know. That CMC's
And I'm
crooked
gonna
as
say
a.
CMC have your head on a swivel because Jordan's been a lowlife for a really long time. So that's
I don't know. So, like I said, I'll continue to support Jordan Perry and his endeavors in the ring, but yeah, I'm gonna have my eye on what one of our old friends called Chubby Man Child. I said it. And
you're such a jerk. You're such a jerk.
takes one to know one, Minders. But
I am not a jerk. Thank you
well,
very
also about
much.
CMC. But hey,
Oh, okay.
chase me, assault me, try to tattoo me, and him and his old man tried to do it too at the merch table. Afterwards, they tried to double team me, and you didn't see it.
You're right. I didn't. I didn't see that. That
You're
I
right.
wish I
You're
would
right,
have.
Stephanie. That was rude.
Mom,
That your husband
Mama,
and
where were
son
you with the
decided to take
video?
advantage of me.
Where were you with the video? Oh wait, you were helping them too. I forgot you signed his shirt too.
Yeah, and then she bought a Giddy Mindy shirt too.
Yay!
Didn't want the 01 shootout. I'm gonna have some Prodigy shirts. I think at the next show,
Are you
and
okay?
well, at one of the next shows. So it takes a little bit of capital to get those made, but we'll see.
A little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, so CMC hoodwinked old Jordan into being his tag team partner in August in Terre Haute. So we'll see what happens there. Uh, like I said, CMC is he's made it to the top of my shit list in uh,
Uh,
in pro wrestling.
I think you've been at the top of his for a while, so that's perfectly fine.
Hey, I did nothing. I have done nothing wrong this whole time. I have been the picture of class and dignity, and I've been a
Sure, you
good
have.
host. Hey, I gave that kid a chance to build up a quality feud to get the last word on a challenger when he was the TNT champion, and he just put marbles in his mouth and couldn't come up with a coherent sentence and blamed me for it.
That's because he had no idea the person was coming on.
Always be ready when you're a champion, Minderz.
Oh,
CMC
Jiminy
proved he was not
Christmas.
championship material when that happened, and that's why BA beat him the next night. Hello to the glitch. Glitch, we didn't really get into your situation on Thursday, but it seems like you've got a lot on your brain between IP Mason and the Angler, and again CMC sticking his nose into that too with his goofy Dr. Phil impression with the
The rainbow trout tie. It was great.
good
Um,
Lord.
uh,
I'll
all
take trying
right,
too
let's
hard for
move on.
500.
Let's move on.
All
What
right,
was the
we'll
next
move on.
match? Oh,
Next
the
up,
next match was
we have Hot versus the Catman, if you will.
yeah.
Uh, Gary J taking on Theo White, non-title, not for the TNT Championship. Uh, what about how I expected it, Minderz? Theo hung in there with Gary, but Gary just chopped the shit out of him for the majority of the match.
I think my favorite part when Theo chopped Gary and everybody in the crowd started screaming, "You messed up."
Uh-huh. Because he did. If
Yeah,
there's
sure
if
did.
there's one person you don't want to get into a chopping match with, it's Gary J.
Nope, not at all. And of
Ooh.
course, the Catman brought it home, so
Of course, yeah,
I
yep,
was
big win for
pleased. I
Gary.
was pleased.
Hopefully that
Not that
doesn't
anything against Theo, but
derail the momentum of Hot and Heavy going forward.
yeah, I don't think so.
Nah, I'm uh, I'm ready to see some more Hot and Heavy in the tag team division, not just
Hey,
cutting
I put
promos.
it out there in the world. Let's see if it happens.
Yeah, you did. There's a few I didn't get to mention one to the O'Neills. I wouldn't mind seeing them against Constant Headache, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that would be good too.
But like I said,
That
if we
would
can
be
get
good
them
too.
against, and I like Justin Poole, so I want him to handle his business with the O'Neills. But if the O'Neills can handle my business with CMC at the same time, that would just be aces for me.
Whatever. Whatever.
So,
I'll be
so
there
we'll
with the
see if
bottle
that
of water for Justin and CMC. So
we'll see what happens there. Maybe I'll bring this with me for the O'Neills.
okay, you
But
bring that.
I
I'll bring
digress.
this.
We can have a Jericho Sting bat fight with those.
No, 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 Lord, no.
All right,
All
well,
right,
let's move
let's
on.
get into
Okay,
yes.
we had an unscheduled tag team triple threat match on Saturday.
I
Marvin
was
and Kyle
shocked and
Pfeiffer.
surprised and excited.
Yes, yes. So Marvin and Kyle Pfeiffer taking on the Theory of Asian Unity and the kind of thrown together team of Hippie Johnny and Jabari King. And I think that's where you were excited, Minders, because Jabari was there. Uh,
Jabari was there. I like Jabari King.
I can't help
I
but
really
wonder
do.
if it was supposed to be if it had been the full premiere, if it would have been Jabari and ATM in that tag match,
I
being
kind
the
of
regular
wondered the
tag
same
team.
thing. I kind of
But
wondered the same thing.
Jabari and Kyle did the whole house fight thing here and there. Uh, TAU was fighting dirty for most of that match, as
Hey,
expected.
you do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do. That's
Especially
right.
those. I mean, especially those guys. I mean, they gotta. As much as I hate to say it, they've kind of got a disadvantage with their size. Not that they're not good strikers or
They're
anything like
such a good
that, but
team,
their
though.
size. Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
they're a very good
But it's
team.
their size that
Yeah.
that is
And
kind of, like I said, a little bit of a disadvantage.
yeah, but our favorite plucky underdog Marvin got the pin, so Marvin and Kyle got the victory in this match. Marvin with the swanton. Uh, so yeah, it's a little momentum for
And
them
our
going into
flag's still
August.
flying high. I'm
That's
excited about
right.
our flag still flying
Oh
high.
yeah, that flag is getting over. It's one of
Yeah.
our finest contributions to Zero One, along with this podcast. Ooh,
Some
but I
days.
digress. I some. What do you mean?
Some days. We have our moments.
We have our moment. Okay, that's true. All right, Minderz, let's talk about the match you want to talk about here.
uh,
You got the tag match, B.A. Malkin and the Luminary against Jimmy Carrot and Devontae Knox, and we were wondering how Devontae and Jimmy were going to do as a team in this match. And
okay,
honestly, not
first of
bad.
all, we're gonna start. We're gonna start with when BA came out and saw my sign.
Oh yeah, are we calling them the Basil and Booty Connection or Powder Cakes? And for
We're gonna call him Basil
reference,
and Booty Connection because I feel like that one got more of a pop than Iron Cakes did. So we're gonna go with the Basil and Booty
Basil and Booty
Connection.
Connection. Okay, so the Basil and Booty
Yeah,
Connection took on the Jacques and B.A. Super Team, whatever you want to. I don't know. They haven't come up with a clever name
whatever
yet.
you want to call it. Yeah,
Uh, kind of what I
but as
expected as
soon as
far as teamwork goes. I expected BA and
yeah,
Jacques to gel a little bit better as a tag team than Jimmy and Devontae. Uh, not to say that
hey,
what
I thought for a minute Devontae was actually going to get Jimmy to dance. There
didn't he
was a
kind of get
moment
him to dance?
he kind of did one of these, but I didn't know if that was just from his shoulder twitching like it normally does, or I
I
I
don't know. The
wasn't
hips
sure.
were moving a little bit too, so
Were they okay?
I think Jimmy succumbed to the dancing charms of Devontae Knox in that case for a split second.
Well, here I'm going to send you a picture of
Okay,
how this match ended up,
okay,
and I want you to put this picture up.
okay. Because Jacques
Actually, I'm
and
going to send you
BA
two.
were up to some tricks in this
They're
match,
up to
and
a lot of tricks.
uh,
And of course,
you said you're
BA
sending me
came out,
two.
yelled at me. Yeah, I'm going to send you
Ripped up your
two.
sign.
Ripped up my
What
sign,
was the
and then I
sign
got
of?
my sign back. It
And then
said
he ripped it up again,
Malkin.
didn't he?
Yep, it said
No, wait, no,
Malkin. Just
no. Because, yeah, what was it
what?
again? What did the
Malkin,
sign
just
say?
a former champ. Just a former
Right,
champ.
just had to rub it in. Uh,
I did.
but
What else was I
but
going to
BA
do?
ripped
Come on now.
so so BA ripped up the sign, and then you got back to the part that said former champ, and then you held that up, and then he came
Yeah, then
back and
Jacques got
ripped up that
upset
part
with
of it
me, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure why Jacques got upset with me because it said former champ.
because
I think they were trying to make a
well
point
he
that
I
they
think
still had the belt. And I was like, it had nothing to do with you, Jacques. This is all towards
no
BA.
your heat's not with Jacques, your heat's
No, my heat
with
is not
BA.
with Jacques.
Although it might be now after
No, he
Saturday.
was. Jacques was
Oh,
not the one that. Yeah, I just
hey,
saw that.
hey, hey, Miners, we got some breaking
Breaking
news here
news.
from the boss. Winner of the junior title match faces Warhorse on August 19th in Mattoon. Interesting. So we'll get to that when we get to the takeover show because there is I believe a three-way junior heavyweight championship match there. But I'll be very
Yep.
curious to see that one. All right, so let's show these pictures here, Minders. First off, uh, there's Jimmy taking a little snooze on the mat.
A little snooze. Yeah, that was after BA hit him in the head with a chair.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that left a nice Jimmy-sized dent in that chair from what I saw.
Sure did. I
Uh,
saw it too.
referee was the referee was indisposed. I forget. Was it Matt Race refereeing that match?
No, it was Cat. Cat was the.
Was it Cat? Okay. Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was Cat. Yeah, it was Cat because she handed me
Okay.
back my sign.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. Well, before that picture, here's how I love the background. Look at Jacques and BA. Uh, but
Yeah.
uh, basically, BA had some zip ties in his jacket pocket, And
No.
after
Was it BA's? I thought it was
it
in
was
Jacques'
BA's jacket.
pocket.
It was in BA's
Okay.
jacket. But after Jacques had about a 6 minute wrestling match with the jacket to get those out of his pockets, uh,
Yeah,
they
I noticed that
they
too.
zip tied old Jimmy to the turnbuckle to where he was ineffective for the rest of the match there. So they pretty much double teamed on Devontae. He got the win. After the match is when the fun started for them when BA rattled Jimmy's brain with the chair. That was a loud chair
And
shot too. It echoed.
from what I heard on or saw on Facebook, Jimmy's got another concussion. So,
Yeah, he said they're probably gonna miss this month. Be back in September, from what it sounds like.
yep.
We
And
saw
I
him
have a
after the show
feeling
was over.
he's only got one person on his brain.
Probably. Uh, but yeah, we saw him after the show, and he was still woozy. I think when he came out
Yeah,
from the curtain there.
real woozy.
Yeah, yeah, I feel bad for Jimmy in that case. I wouldn't want to take that shot either.
Mm-mm.
But I think there's a part of Jimmy that enjoys it though.
Well,
Because
he's even
he's a
said he
little,
enjoys it. If he didn't do it in the ring, he'd do it in public, and you can get arrested for it in public. So,
yeah. So I got to assume there's going to be some sort of comeuppance for our buddy BA down the road with Jimmy.
why do you keep saying our buddy? He is not my buddy.
He's a
He's not
he's
my
a
buddy.
frequent guest on this podcast.
Only because you invite him.
He makes a point to interact with you at every show.
No, he doesn't. I make it a point to go annoy him at every show.
There you go. You annoy him.
I do. I
Call
do
him
annoy
ass
him.
licking and all kinds of bad words.
Hey, if he wouldn't have ripped his sign that way, that would have never crossed my mind. So he did that to himself.
Well, if you hadn't insulted him, then he wouldn't have done. But I'm not
I
going to go
didn't
there.
insult him.
I'm not going to. I'm calling a flag. I'm not going to go there. We're going to stop talking about that.
Okay.
Because we still have one more
Let's get
match
on
to
to
go
the
from
main
Saturday.
event. Yeah.
All right, main event. 0-1 USA Heavyweight Championship. Joey O'Reilly versus the Mad Dog. And I think everybody there
Joey
was
O'Reilly
expecting.
with Chan Smith.
Okay, very true.
Chan Smith.
Big Man Chan was there. I think everybody in that building was expecting Mad Dog to walk out with the title Saturday.
As he should have.
Well, so basically, for those that don't know, Joey and Chan come out first. Before they even get in the ring, Mad Dog throttles Chan with that chain, chokes him out, and
It
then
was
just
great.
all hell broke loose. Poor Rob had to hightail it out of the ring before he got caught in the mess.
Hey, Rob knows to get out of the ring when Conley's on his way in there.
Rob knows Connolly better than anybody, so I think he kind of knew that was coming. Oh, look, Chananigans, Stacy says. She calls Chananigans on that. I do love wordplay. So it basically was just all hell broke loose. Not all hell broke loose because I was expecting it to get a little crazier, but it was still pretty darn
Well,
nuts
I ended
between
up
those two.
back by the merchandise table, so
Right. Well, that's just a good rule of thumb when Connolly's out there anyway.
get your shit and move.
Pretty much. There were some people that needed to heed those T-shirts a little bit better during that show Saturday. There were a
Yeah.
few instances where people were kind of not really stepping lively to get out of the way of things. But yeah, just remember that, people. If you're there and the action looks like it's coming your way, that means it is. So get your shit and move. Indie
Yes.
Wrestling 101.
Yep.
So Connolly, I think it's safe to say Connolly dominated Joey for the majority of that match,
Sure
throwing
did.
him about, whacking on him, beating him up, and everything. The finish, I guess we'll say, somehow, I don't know, Chan must have fallen under the ring for something.
He
Maybe he was
crawled
hiding.
under the ring. I saw a video of it. It was I'll have to send it to you. There was video of
Okay.
him crawling,
Okay.
literally, under the ring. I even texted you and
So-
said, Chan's under the ring. Watch this.
No, I remember you saying that, but you didn't say how he got there. I didn't know if that was just
Mm.
after being choked unconscious that he just wound up there. But so at the end of the match, Connolly rolls Joey in to finish him off, and then as he's getting in, he must have gotten stuck on something or tied up in the ring
Chan
skirt.
grabbed
I
a
don't know
hold
what happened.
of Conley's. Chan grabbed a hold of Conley's
I'm sorry,
foot.
I didn't see Chan do anything. I just saw Connolly having issues getting in the ring. But
Well, trust
it
me, it
just wound
wasn't
up.
because
Well, he doesn't wear
yeah.
boots, so that could be a problem. But anyway, Connolly gets counted out. Joey sneaks away with another victory, another title defense. Uh, and it was all your fault, apparently, Minderz. If you
Hey,
ask
I guess it was all my
ask our
fault,
champion,
but you know what? I'm advocating. I think that Conley deserves a rematch,
I
and
would be
I think
inclined
it
to
ought to
agree.
happen at the next 0-1 show.
Well,
Not
that can
well.
happen.
Okay, the
It
next
won't happen at the next
the
0-1
next
Matt show. You're saying the Mattoon shows.
0-1 and Mattoon. Yes, and
Okay,
Mattoon.
that would be the homecoming show on August 19th,
Yes.
in which case Warhorse is going to get a shot at the junior heavyweight championship, assuming analog.
Yep.
Well, I think let me
No,
double
it
check.
doesn't. That's what
Winner of the
Dave
match.
just said. Does not matter.
Winner of the
Yep.
match. Yeah, whoever wins that junior title match on the 5th will defend against Warhorse and Mattoon. So
Oh yeah, and Chan, and when Conley fights Joey, Chan's banned. I said that.
you're making more stuff happen. You're going to get in more trouble with Joey for sticking your nose in all this.
Hey, Joey might have a smidgen of respect for me though, coming up the 5th. So we'll see. Because he might have a
Oh, we'll
smidgen of
talk about
respect
that.
for
So let's go ahead.
him.
See, the wife has so many suggestions. Let's check under the ring to make sure he isn't under there. Eh? They used to have to do that back in the old days when Hornswoggle was out there, or even before that with the Doinks in the early '90s. But
Aw, little doink. Dink!
Dink, oh Dink. I was
Dink!
scared of clowns, but I wasn't scared of Dink.
I wasn't scared of Dink
All
either.
right,
All right, so that was
him
our
and
Saturday
him
show.
and.
Overall, what'd you think?
All right.
Overall.
Overall, I thought it was a good show. I think, like I said, everybody was kind of deflated after Connolly didn't win the title in the main event. Uh, I enjoyed the surprises, getting Kenny Alfonso, Jabari King in there. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm anytime CMC loses, it's a good night. Uh, so aside from
It
him,
was a night of firsts. I got to see you run. It was
yeah, hopefully
great.
you'll never see that again. Yeah, that was shameful, taking advantage of a guy twice his age. Twice?
A little more than
More than
twice
twice
his
his
age. A
age.
little more than twice his age.
Taking advantage of his elders. That's shameful. Uh, Minderz, what was your big takeaway from the show Saturday?
I was cringy Minderz, so I was cringy Mindy, so I
Hmm.
didn't cry. So I was impressed that I
No,
didn't cry.
no.
But
Well, you've seen Jimmy take harder chair shots than that before.
I have. I've seen him take harder bumps than that before, or harder, yeah,
Oh, so
harder
have I.
punishment than that before.
True.
So
I, I don't know. What would you say? Would you say? I think if in December, Minderz, toward the end of the year, I think we need to do a year in review episode. Feud of the year, rookie of the year, match of the year, all that kind of stuff. What do you
sounds
think?
good to me. Maybe
I
maybe
think
we'll
we
put a
should do that.
poll up, and we'll actually. I think we should put a poll up and let our group kind of everybody get
Audience.
a say in it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Our group.
we can do that. I need to figure out how to put a poll on Facebook. I always have an issue with that. Maybe we'll do it on Twitter. Uh, let's see.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk a little bit. We got the list of matches for August 5th, the Takeover show in West Terre Haute.
Or what they've
Here's your
announced
graphic.
already. There might
What
be
they've
more.
announced already. August 5th in the West Vigo Community Center in Terre Haute, Indiana. Uh, come on
Hey,
in,
Jabari's in the chat. He likes our idea of the shootout awards.
hey, there we go. Bari, how you doing, buddy? Hey, just so you know, Jabari Sinclair and I will be doing another episode of Gold Rush on YouTube on Friday, talking about another one of our favorite
I'm
old title
excited
belts
for
from
this
back in the
one.
day. Yeah, we're talking about the Intercontinental Championship from '88 to '98, the classic Honky Tonk Man belt, if you will.
Yep.
So join us for that 6 o'clock on Friday on the Gold Rush show on the JTR Podcast Network YouTube channel, which is where you're watching this on YouTube if you're watching there. Okay, I don't know about that. Call it the shooties. I don't know about that. Oh, okay.
Call it the
Just kidding. That's
She's.
dumb. She
She's
said.
just kidding. That's dumb.
That's dumb.
We'll come up
All
with a
right. So
name for it.
yeah. All right. So let's run down the matches that they've got announced so far for this. First off,
Okay.
speaking of BA Malkin versus Mad Dog Connolly. We saw this match happen in Danville a few months ago, and it was great. So
It
I'm
was great.
glad they're doing. I'm glad they're running this one back. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Maybe not for
Yeah.
Malkin, but you know.
Yeah, not so much for BA.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only way I could see this will work out for BA is if he talks with Joey. That's the only way.
Or
That's the only
or
way.
Jacques. Or Jacques.
No, and that makes sense too, because Mad Dog was going to burn the flowers.
That's
So,
true. Hey, it should be pointed out that this show is being sponsored by Big Jack Small Engine Parts and Repair in Terre
mhm,
Haute, so
mhm.
I'll make sure we get those guys a little shout out there. Uh, so yeah, I gotta. If you got an angry Mad Dog, how do you bet against an angry Mad Dog? As good as BA's been the last few months, I'm inclined to pick Connolly as much as I like BA.
BA's been good the past few months. Okay,
He's been successful. He's got a lot of wins.
kind of. He lost his championship.
Well, he lost his championship due to the inadequacies of a dead man who we will not disparage because that's bad luck.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Plus
just saying he
CMC
lost
caused
his
plus
championship.
CMC caused that too. It's
Oh,
the,
whatever. Okay.
if
All right.
CMC didn't stick his nose in Chan's business, he wouldn't have hit BA with the belt. I'm just saying. All right, let's move on.
Are we making our picks? Well, why don't we wait and make our picks on
Let's
August 2nd
second.
when we
Yeah,
talk
because we'll
about
have
who our guests will be?
we'll talk about our upcoming guests after we run through the card, but then you'll see why we're going to do that. All right, next match they've got on here, three-way match. Devontae Knox, the Cobra, Jake Lander. Uh, okay, looking at
I
these three faces, Minderz, which one would you put your money on?
Cobra. I love you, Devontae, and Jake. You know I respect you. I don't like you, but I respect you. But yeah, the King's taking this. The King better
Uh,
take this.
unless he slips on the old banana peel. But yeah, I'm inclined to agree. But like I said, we'll get into picks in a future episode. We're just kind of going through. Next match, they're running one
But
back from Edgewood here, Minderz. Oh,
yeah.
sorry. You have a parting
Yeah, I was
point
gonna say
there?
Jabari just said what I was about ready to say was that you better
Uh,
watch Lander because he's
he
sneaky.
is. And quick.
He's very sneaky. Snakes. Oh, jeez.
All right.
Oh, okay.
All right, so
Next
let's go.
match.
All right, so the match they're running back from Edgewood from about a month ago. The Quadfather taking on Hot Theo
Yeah,
White.
you
Which
got your house
so
fight. There's your house
this is
fight.
here's well, I'm gonna see potentially one of two house fights. Let's see. Oh, I got one of these here on twice. I'm gonna clear that out. All right, and but yeah, this one. I mean, the one in Edgewood was good. I think we have a little bit more experienced Theo. I think this is gonna be a fun one. They're just gonna knock the piss out of each other again. I want to see if Camaro can pounce Theo like he did Benjamin Trust.
That'll see if Theo can fly. Let's see if Theo can
Yeah,
fly.
we'll see if Theo can fly.
Yeah.
All right. Next up on the list here, this is the three-way match that David was alluding to in the chat for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Victor Analog defending against the Luminary and Gary J. Uh, well, for one thing, Gary's gonna chop the hell out of both of these opponents of
Yeah.
his. Uh,
Yes.
between Gary's chops and Victor's forearms, I feel bad for Jacques.
I don't,
Well,
because
Jacques gonna get
Jacques
lit up a
got
little
this.
bit.
I think they're all going to get lit up a little bit, honestly, because
Oh yeah,
Jacques has not. Jacques has been a little bit brutal in their strikes, also.
this is
So
very true. Jacques
I
is tough, and a lot of people kind of overlook
very
Jacques
tough.
because of the presentation. But you don't want to mess with Jacques. Jacques will kick some ass if they want to,
Yes, yes, they will.
and they'll do it with a smile on their face. But I
And the
digress.
flowers will smile also.
Yes, Yes, assuming Gary doesn't chop them.
Ooh, if Gary brings his cat and the cat attacks the
Oh,
flowers.
I know my cat would attack the flowers if she was there. Uh,
But then there's
all right.
also the TV screen to keep the cat entertained. So
This is
I,
very
I don't
true.
know.
Very true. Very true. Okay, here's one that I'm actually really interested in, Minderz. Country Air taking on Constant Headache. This should be a doozy.
I'm so bummed.
Why?
And that, why? I love Country Air and I love Constant Headache.
So you should love
I,
this match.
I, but who do I root for?
Well, Kenny seems to be your best friend these days.
I know he is my best friend.
Uh, but no, that should be a hell of a match, though. It'll be, I think it's our first time seeing Country Air since they lost the tag titles. So
It will
be
be.
curious
Yes.
how they'll be in the ring. All right.
Yep.
Another tag team match here. Kind of alluded to it on our coverage of Saturday. Uh, CMC and Jordan Perry taking on Marvin and Kyle Pfeiffer. Uh, I expect Jordan to be the workhorse of this tag team and carry the load for CMC because
And I expect the opposite.
CMC is a liability after all. He's not been successful the last uh he lost that three-way with BA and Theo. He lost to Jordan Saturday. He lost to Jacques and BA and Edgewood Thursday night. He's in a slump. And if he's not careful, he's going to get run out of the territory.
He's due for a win, is what that is. He's due
He's
for a win.
he's
And I
he's due
hate that
for a
it might
whooping.
be but I hate that it might be because at Marvin's expense or Kyle's expense.
I've
Like,
learned you cannot bet against Marvin. He is a plucky
oh,
underdog,
I
and
know.
he always
I
finds a way to
know.
get the job done.
I agree.
Plus, he's got our flag.
He does have our flag.
Yeah.
That's
All
going to
right.
be another one I'm not going to know who to cheer for.
Yes, I am very interested in three-fourths of that match.
Are you paying to see that match?
Well, actually, I don't know. I may not actually be there for this show. I may
That's
have to
what I
watch this
heard.
after the fact.
Yeah. I might have to
Bookings and things.
report back. I'll be texting you to let you know who's
Yeah,
winning and who's losing. Because if I have to, and then that's only hoping that I can make it. So
that's
we'll
true.
see.
That's true. We'll have to wait and see. Hope, and it'll be up. I'm sure it'll be up on Patreon after the fact too at some point for viewing. I think
Yeah.
I think the April show went up last week on Patreon.
Yeah. So they're starting to
So
get caught up. So
yeah. All right. The last match they've got announced for here is the 01 USA Heavyweight Championship. Joey O'Reilly will be defending against ZDP with Dud Baddington, as you call him, Minderz, in his
Dud.
corner.
Yep.
I'm sorry, who names their child Dude? It's just ridiculous.
Now,
Like
see,
I said,
Mark, I know you haven't seen ZDP. I have.
I've only seen promos and like snippets.
Mm-hmm. You aren't missing
Uh,
much. Well, I take that back. I take that back.
Now
They are
Minderz,
they're definitely a heel team with heel tendencies.
which
So
is which I'm curious if Joey's gonna kind of fight fire with fire there. I mean, I don't know. I don't see anything about Big Man Chan being there in Terre Haute. He might have other commitments elsewhere. So it might be
I
Joey on
doubt
his
it.
own, unless, well, I don't know, Theo will be there too. So Theo might be
Yeah,
in his corner to run interference on
but
Dude.
Theo's gonna have his hands full.
Well, Theo might be recovering by this match after taking on Camaro.
Exactly.
Um,
After taking flight.
yeah. So I'll be curious to get some once we get to predictions on the in a couple of weeks, find out
Now,
some
see,
thoughts from our guests.
Joey put up on Twitter, and I'm gonna agree with him. I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna agree with him. So you might want to mark this on your calendar that I actually agreed with Joey. I want to know how this guy thinks he has a chance at the title. Why? How did he earn this chance?
Hometown nepotism? I don't know. I know he's wildly popular in Terre Haute.
He
So
is.
and you gotta put the local talent over and
Oh,
being
I
01's
totally
first time
understand.
in Terre Haute. I that that I think that's a big part of it. I'm sorry, I can't bet against Joey.
I won't bet
He's
against Joey, and I know
Joey's
Joey's going to
proven to be a
destroy him.
Joey is a survivor. He's proved it Saturday,
Mhm.
but I don't think he'll need to do a lot of surviving here. I've from like I said, I haven't seen a lot of ZDP's work, but we've seen a lot of Joey for you several years. For me, this past year, and
Yeah,
yeah, it's
I've been watching Zoe since 19, or Joey since
Zoe.
19. Zoe, call him Zoe
Zoe,
now. Sorry, it's CDP and Joey. Give me a
right?
break, okay?
Uh, so yeah, that's the
and
card
and
now
we'll
so
we'll see
far.
we'll see if we'll see how things go on Twitter and see if any more comments get made, and we'll go
Oh, it
from
was
there.
getting a little
Because
lively
see,
yesterday, wasn't it?
it was, and legit, Rob should have his chance. I'm just saying. But
Well,
Joey said no,
Joey
but
said no on Thursday. Uh, and he made a fair point. Rob's not an official wrestler. He probably would be
wasn't that the
out of
whole
his element.
point of his open challenge?
But Joey wanted a wrestler that wasn't on the roster. I mean, I like Rob. He's a nice guy, but he would be out of his league with Joey. I think Joey would,
I don't think so.
I don't know, be the old squasheroo, Joey O'Reilly. But and I'm not saying that is to be disrespectful to Rob Leach because, like I said, he does what he does very well. But it's like bringing a cheese grater to a gunfight. I just got so
Oh
honeyed from the
boy.
background here.
Oh good. I'm glad. I'm glad.
All right. Well, Minders, let's talk about who's coming up on the shootout here the next few weeks.
Hey, these are
So
my gets too. I'm pretty
yeah,
excited about my
you got
gets.
some gets here. Yeah. Uh, I got a couple. You got a couple.
Yep.
First off, we're finishing off the 4th of July next Wednesday at 6 o'clock, and with somebody who we discussed quite a bit on this episode because she's running buddies with the O'Neill brothers. There you
I'd
go,
say
Nixie
she kind of
XS.
tags with them. I'm excited
Yeah,
about Nixie. I
yeah, it
really
should
am.
be
This was
fun.
my get.
Yeah, you got this one, so
I
that
got
should be
this one.
fun. And then when the start of August, we get back to like the regular uh, format. Just going back to bringing in 0-1 talent, not just focusing on the Forge. Which I don't know. Maybe we'll do that again next year in July. Find some new people. And
Yeah, we just need to get some. We just need to get some Forge guys on here that want to be on more often. So, because
yeah,
there's
there you
still
go.
some guys that we need to get on here. We've got
That's true. That's
Cardi.
true.
I'd love to see
Yeah.
Cardi on here.
hmm
Um,
Lobo, I would imagine.
Lobo.
Uh,
Yeah, poor Lobo. Camaro kind of destroyed him too in that promo before. Did you not
oh,
see the promo that he cut before Saturday's show? Poor Lobo.
oh, I kind of
I'll
missed
have to.
that, but
I'll send it to you. We'll put
send
it
it to
up.
me.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But anyway, so August 2nd, we're kind of back to the normal format, and our guest, we have a very special guest for that one, Minders, because
Not that
we
special,
g-
but okay.
well, there's a big silver belt on his shoulder that says we got a special guest coming on the 2nd. We got the champ,
Yeah.
Joey O'Reilly, going to be joining us. Just a couple days before the Terre Haute show, so we'll get his take on what's going down. Also, he's got a bird's eye view on Edgewood for Thursday Night Throwdown.
hmm
Maybe you can guilt him into accepting Rob's challenge. You like to stir the pot,
I'm
as
gonna
we know.
try. Well, here's the thing. This is the
But you
part
gotta,
that might cause a problem, and I'll let y'all know right now. I might not be here for that show, and if I can, I'll at least be in the chat. But I might have to tag in Bari Sinclair to take my place for that one. We'll have to wait and
ooh,
see
I
how
could
I'm
get
feeling.
Chan.
Go ahead.
I could get Chan. That could be interesting.
You're
But
so mean. Let's wait
why?
and see how I'm feeling come the
Let's
first.
see
We'll
how
wait
you're
and see
feeling.
how I'm feeling. Yeah,
We got people chomping at the bit to be on this show with us.
we
So
do.
so like I said, Joey O'Reilly on August 2nd. Let me see, the week after August 9th. There he is, Gary J.
Yeah.
Finally, he's one we've been trying to get for a while. And
It was my
and
get.
this is your get. You
Well,
got Gary.
you had been trying to get him for a while. I sent him
Right,
what 2 messages, and
right,
here it
right.
happened.
Yeah, I got Joey, you got Gary. Our next guest on the 16th That's one of yours, Kenny Calix,
It's one of mine.
Cutthroat, as they
Kenny
call him.
Calix. Yes,
Your buddy.
my buddy.
One half of Constant Headache. Also, I guess Birthday Boy, that episode. I think we're getting him on his
Birthday boy.
birthday.
Yep, his birthday is the next
Birthday
day.
Eve.
So,
Yeah.
birthday Eve.
Yeah. And then August 23rd, we will
This
be
was your
bringing
get.
in. This is my get. We got the chairman, Jordan Perry. I'm really interested to hear what he's got to say, especially about Joey after everything's been going on with the lowlifes. And also, I want
Maybe
to try
we
and
ought
talk
to
him
see if
into talk.
CMC can call in during that one too.
No, I have my mission in this one is to try to convince Jordan that CMC is bad news,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
gonna.
Well, I'll convince him that he's not. So,
Yeah. Uh-huh. Anyway, well, Minderz, we're coming up on an hour and a half. What do you say we pay some bills and get out of here?
let's do that. He did not break my foot. Good Lord.
You broke my heart.
Hey, at least I caught it this time as soon as you put it up. So,
Look at that. Assault.
it's not assault.
Look at that. He headbutted me there. I don't know if you can tell.
No, he didn't.
He's about to give me a wet willy with his hands up in the air.
Good. You probably deserved it.
I beg your pardon. Always.
Can we pay some bills?
Whose side are you on?
We're missing Orange Cassidy here, dang it.
Are we? Oh,
Oh,
pockets.
shoot. Hey, you did it that time, not me.
CMC is the Orange Cassidy of 01 USA.
Okay, wait. So before we get off of here, though, we need to push next week's Jumping the Rail.
Yes, and we will. Let's get through the bills first, and then we'll make sure we
Okay.
point that out. All right, ProWrestlingTees.com/JTRPod for several of our T-shirt options between this show, Jumping the Rail, also, well, that's the only two on here.
No, Gold Rush.
That's on Brainbuster.
Oh, that's on Brainbusters.
Yeah. This is just the tip of the iceberg for the shirts we have on PWTs. They look good. They fit well. Minderz, I know I got some that are going to be delivered hopefully by Friday.
Yeah, I'm hoping I get
Because
mine
I got
by
the
Friday
email
for you.
that mine shipped. So
Me too.
including this
And I'm getting
nifty.
3 of these.
I'm getting 2 of these. I had to order a Tito Santana shirt, because you have to. But I'm getting this Prodigy shirt here in the bottom.
Oh, I'm sure you
Very
are.
stylish. And then I also finally getting my Hoss Fight Straw Money shirt.
And I'm getting the bump card, Tony's drive-through booking, and Get Your Shit and Move.
Nice.
I
all
still
fine
wish you would have
choices.
done a wheelchair tipped over.
If I designed this shirt before you were in a wheelchair.
I know. It might not have been as funny though. Yeah. I'm kind of glad maybe he didn't.
Yeah, there you go. All right, brainbustertees.com/other/JTR-podcast-network. For t-shirts, hoodies, hats, stickers, fanny packs, all kinds of good stuff there. Here's where
Giddy
most of our
Minderz.
we got Giddy Mindy down here. Got the logo. We got Minderz with the spoons up here, bottom on the top right. There's the Gold Rush shirt. We call them belts because we do. JTR Army. You can get a similar one to this JTR Army shirt, but it's 01 Army from 01 USA. And then, some other cool stuff there. Also, some new ones that aren't in the little wheel of shirts there. There you go. If you want to get a shirt with this glorious face on it, you can get the Prodigy shirt in royal blue. Go Cubs go. And then also it's also available in tank top in black. Also, if you like to let the guns show a little bit. All right. If you are a fan of Mindy Elam, you can get an I'm a Minderz Guy t-shirt. Or if you're a girl who's a fan of Mindy Elam, you can get I'm a Minderz Girl right there in purple. It's yeah. So all you Minderz fans out there can show out there. There will not be an I'm a CMC Guy shirt, but
Why not?
that'd just be a waste of fabric.
Fine. I'll talk to him. I'll have him put it up on his room on his shop.
Fine. All right, so that's all the JTR Podcast Network stuff. 01 USA merch by demand. They have the stuff at the shows. T-shirts, tumblers, water bottles, coffee cups, mugs, uh, cool stuff there. They got this
Didn't you get a
one
coffee
that we
mug
both.
this week?
I got a coffee mug on Saturday for the wife. Very stylish looking, black with gold inlay on there. Very nice. Here's the new logo, 01 USA Fighting Athletes. We both got this one, Minderz.
Yep. Oh, we gotta do T-shirt checks again.
What? Oh,
We'll have to do our T-shirt checks.
true. Well, we have to do that usually anyway, except I don't have any Jimmy Carrot stuff, so
I was gonna say no, we
I
don't.
certainly don't
Jimmy
have
Carrot's
that.
on the. You don't have this?
I don't have that
I
one.
like this shirt. But
All right.
yeah, as I say, if Jimmy Carrot's on the card though, I usually never check with you because I don't have to.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
But you need to fix that.
Yeah, I do. Uh, 01 also offers their own version of the Get Your Shit and Move shirt with the 01 logo on it. I think you can get that in with the text in multiple colors. I think I saw David had one in green, and I
He
think
had
that has
green,
that.
yeah.
And if I think that Fighting Athletes logo was on the back of it too, which is cool.
But
So
he's the one that makes them, so yeah,
right.
he can do whatever he wants.
That's true. This one, I just picked this one up on Saturday, the 01 Army. The logo is bigger on the shirts than it appears here. Like they've adjusted the design a little bit. It's very cool, very comfortable. I wore it to work yesterday under my work shirt. And yeah, so all that stuff, I think $20 for shirts. And then the mugs are 10. I forget how much the other stuff is. I'd have to check. Let's see. Patreon.com/01USA. It's where you get the for $5 a month you can get all the content from Edgewood for Thursday Night Throwdown. The Saturday Night Explosion from a couple weeks ago is up there. The show from last Saturday I think is up there when they did the couple matches at the racing show,
Yeah,
if
it's
I'm
up.
not mistaken. And then
Yep,
of
it's up.
course last Thursday's Thursday Night Throwdown is up as of this week. And all kinds, there's just so much good stuff on there. $5 a month is not a lot of money to pay for that, so definitely, I just suggest you do it. It'll be worth your $5.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, and Minderz, you mentioned it next Tuesday on the Jumping the Rail podcast. We're gonna have another. I guess we call him an old favorite from 01 USA. Would that be fair to say?
I think he's only been at 01 once, so
But he
I
impressed from
think
what I hear. Uh,
yes.
But yeah, we've got the Black Diamond Ace Perry going to be joining us on Tuesday. It should be a lot of fun. And
I'm excited.
yes, and like I
Hopefully, we
said,
get to see him Saturday. So
yeah, I don't know if he's
at
booked on
our.
Saturday. We're going to the hybrid show in Terre Haute Saturday, so
I'm
I'll
sure
have
he
to
probably is. We'll probably see him against somebody.
sure. And like I said, on Friday on the JTR Podcast Network YouTube channel, Gold Rush, me and Barry talking about the Intercontinental Championship from the late '80s, and then like I said, next Wednesday finishing up the 4th of July, and yeah. Other than that, I don't have anything else really to offer except CMC can go suck an egg. Minderz, got anything you want to add?
CMC's the best.
Mm,
And I think I'm gonna make the trek down tomorrow.
okay. I will not.
Uh,
I've got stuff
I
going on.
figured you probably wouldn't. But
But you gotta get your wrestling while you can, Minderz, before
I
your
do before my surgery on the 1st. So
we'll arrange it so Harley will bring you soup every day when you're laid up.
okay, that works.
There
Somebody's
you
gonna have to drive her.
go. Before we go, can we show the pounce again? I can't watch that enough.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay, right there.
If we're showing the pounce again, can we please show CMC again chasing you around, please, please.
Oh, look it! And the race is on!
You were
I
having
just
too
love
much fun.
listening to me cackle.
You know what? In hindsight, I should have run out the front door instead of trying to run around the chairs because that slowed me down trying to not trip over things.
Yeah,
If I'd gone
well,
out, if I got out the front
hindsight's
door, maybe I would have had a
2020.
chance.
I don't know. I don't know. He almost
Surprised this
had
old
you
man
caught by the
wasn't.
time he got
I'm s- I'm surprised
standing
this
in
old
front
man
of you.
wasn't waiting
That
to
would have been
trip me.
hilarious. That would have been hilarious.
It's easy to
All
forget who
right,
the
Mark,
victim
let's
is
get
here.
out of here.
All right,
There is no victim here. You
I
just
am the
whine too
victim.
much.
Hopefully, maybe if I read some poems, maybe the O'Neills can tune CMC up for me tomorrow, even if he doesn't have a match with them.
Oh,
But
okay. Good
you
luck
never
with
know.
that.
Yeah.
I'll
But
be
no,
there
hey,
to keep an eye
I'm
on
sure
him.
Lolo could use a buck or two. Maybe he'll help me out.
Lobo?
Yeah.
Didn't you just say Lolo?
Lobo.
Okay, just checking.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll
Talk
figure
to
something.
ATM, but you gotta get hundreds on that one though.
Yeah, I don't have the Benjamins to afford an elite talent like ATM.
All
If I
right,
can find
let's get
somebody
out of
that's
here,
willing to do
Mark.
it pro bono, then I would. But I'll find somebody to handle this uh, discretion for me because somebody needs a whooping and it ain't me.
Okay.
So, all right, I think it's time to say goodbye, Menders. So for all of us here from the Noodles position, this is Reb for Minderz. My y'all, life is hard, work stiff, and CMC sucks. See you later.